Time for another tip before we move on to building the chart and the wallet view itself. What you can do is to define resource dictionary files and then place in that files all the custom colors you use throughout the app, so that you don't repeat this value, but instead you have an identifier for this color. So in my example, primary blue is the blue color of the transactions tab, and instead of this hex value, what I really would like to do is to use the color from the resource dictionary. In order to do that, I need to get the static resource, and the key is primary blue. I have the same thing in the deposited shell style. I should really use static resource deposited tab, and this value should be static resource withdrawn tab. So how did this value end up in the shell view? Well, in the app.xaml, once we create our resource dictionaries, we need to create a new merge dictionary from all these dictionaries we have in our app. So I need to get the app colors.xaml resource dictionary by going to the common styles and then app colors.xaml. Let's just quickly go through these two dictionaries. The second dictionary is for cell templates. So these are the common cells that we'll be using throughout the app, and I want to define this asset cell in one place and then reuse it multiple times. Nothing special here. We have a frame, and then in the grid we create one image which is bound to the symbol, and we have the grid for the rest of the cell. One new feature in the Xamarin Forms 4.7 is that you can bind text to multiple properties. So you can bind a single text, let's say in this example, to both name and symbol. Maybe to present this cell visually. So this is this cell, and we have the symbol image. Then we have the name and symbol label represented with multi-binding. And in the next row, we have another multi-binding for binding amount and cryptocurrency symbol. Last thing what we have is in the third column. This is the value of the asset. So this is the dollar value of the asset. We have string format, which formats this into a number with 2 digits. And then we have two other cells defined. So similar, this transaction cell is for this transaction. So this is pretty similar to what we have with the asset cell. And the last cell is the coin cell. This is the cell when we want to add a new transaction in this collection view. So this cell is pretty simple, just has the frame image. So image is bound to the image URL, and label is bound to the name. As you can see, in this second resource dictionary, we also use color from the first resource dictionary. So we are using input text color to get the color for the text in the cell. And lastly, we can have custom styles defined for types. So I have defined some styles for button. This is just setting up background color, font, text, corner radius, and similar stuff. And also we will be working with the radio button. So you are going to see how to use Visual State Manager to style radio button differently based on the state. So I will also attach a link to the MSDN documentation on how you can create your own resource dictionary files in case you need help with that. If you follow along by coding, then these 3 resource dictionaries will be available in the resource section of this lection. You just need to add them as the merge dictionary.